Hello everyone, welcome to my Inspirational Discourse. But before I begin, I request you to watch the video till the end, subscribe, share, like and comment. I also request you to watch my other YouTube channel on travel, Moushumi's Travel Time, from the link given below. Dear viewers, in my 30 years experience as a teacher in pre-primary, high school, higher secondary school, I have learned that teaching without motivation, however talented or educated a teacher may be, is completely useless. This is because no amount of force can make a child learn if he or she is not willing to learn anything. So, motivation is the way in which we can develop a child's will to learn. Now, motivation is a very cliche word. It has been used many times, but still, teachers are reluctant to use it in the class because they feel that they don't want to waste their time motivating the children because they have so much syllabus to complete. They sometimes also feel there are so many children in the class. How can we motivate each one of them? But if we take a little time in motivation in the beginning of the session, maybe 1 or 2 classes, you will be surprised how easier our learning and teaching process becomes. Now, if we don't motivate the children, the teaching and learning process becomes completely useless and waste of time and energy. Because without motivation, children are not willing to learn. And if they are not willing to learn, our teaching goes completely into waste. So, how can we motivate children? The first step is to build a very amicable, positive and happy atmosphere in the class. This can be done with frequent interaction with the children. You'll be surprised if you interact with children in the beginning of the session, if you keep aside 1 or 2 classes, maybe 3 classes, just to interact with children. Just talk some impersonal things about their hobbies, their likes and dislikes. You will be surprised how you will know the weaknesses and strength of your children. Moreover, these children also, they will grow to trust you. Now, trust is a very important factor. You see, small children, how they trust their mother. When a mother says, don't go there, there is a ghost, and they listen. And the mother says, don't go out, there may be a kidnapper, and they listen. Why? Because they trust their parents or the mother. Similarly, if the children, they learn to trust teachers, can you imagine how easier it will be for us, because they will listen to whatever we say and they will learn very quickly. So this process not only helps the children, we teachers also, fast teaching process becomes much more easier. The next point is respect. We feel that it is the children who should respect their adult, but we adults also should learn to respect children. We adults have a very bad habit of nagging the children in school or at home also. Why have you not done your homework? Why are you going out? Why are you not waking up? Now this tone, this really irritates them, and they become very rebellious, and they refuse to listen to the teacher or the parents. So instead of that, if we use a little loving word, positive word, then it is helpful. Of course, we have to be firm. I don't say we don't have firmness and nagging. There is a difference between the two. So this is very important. You have to be firm, but we cannot nag them or disrespect them. Another thing is very important. If a child does anything wrong, we tend to insult them in front of the whole class, in front of the whole assembly. This also has a lot of negative effect. It doesn't help them. They become very rebellious. Instead, if we call them in some private room or principal's room and tell them about their mistake, make them understand, it is much more fruitful than insulting them in front of the whole class, always, telling them about their mistakes. So it is very important for us to respect the children, and then only we can gain respect. Because we should remember, the way we observe children, children also observe us. How we talk, how we dress, how we behave. So our behavior should be exemplary. Even our dressing should be good. By dressing, I don't mean it should be very stylish. It should be neat and clean. It should be presentable. Then children, they copy us. So this is very important, to respect the children. Then only they will learn to respect us back. Now, after creating a beautiful atmosphere in the class, gaining the trust of the children, it is time for us to begin the class. Now, in the beginning of the session, it is very important to choose our chapter carefully, because it should be a chapter which is easy and easily relate, and children can easily relate to it or understand it. It may not be the first chapter. Sometimes it may be the second, third, or even the fourth chapter. I have always used this method very effectively for so many years. Now, when we select this first chapter, we should teach it very slowly, and then very interestingly, and if possible, inculcate few jokes and interact as much as we can in this first chapter. Normally what happens when we begin, we are always in a hurry to complete the syllabus. Oh, if you don't hurry, our syllabus will not be completed. But instead of that, in first 1 or 2 chapters, if we teach them very slowly, what happens? Children develop interest in the subject. The moment children develop interest in the subject, half our work is done, because they will self-learn. They will learn on their own many things. Especially in this digital day, where so many things are available in the OTT or in the TV, YouTube, etc., you'll be surprised if anything of their interest come up. They learn so many things on their own. Sometimes they will learn so many such things that even we don't know. Now, if something like this happen, as a teacher, we should never feel insecure or humiliated. In fact, we should feel proud that this child has has been motivated in such a way and developed so much interest in the subject that he or she is learning on their own. So this becomes a very important for us, to encourage them to learn on their own and motivate them. The next important thing is that we should always encourage children to ask questions. Normally what happens, sometimes children ask such questions, it seems so silly to us, and we have a tendency to snub them. What? I have taught you in last class this and you don't remember? I taught this in last class. In last class only you should have learned it. You have not learned it. Now this type of answers and attitudes discourages children to ask more questions, and it also breaks their confidence. So it is very important to answer their questions positively and in a very understanding way. We should encourage them to ask as many questions, as silly as they seem, and we should keep answering them. That way also their learning will improve. Especially in a class where there are miscellaneous students, some are very intelligent, some are dull, some are mediocre, it is very difficult. But with practice and with a little patience, we can actually address each and every child in the class. So these are the few things about motivation I wanted to share with you from my own experience. I hope it was helpful and you all liked it. Thank you.